Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Season 5 Conference Finals right here on Twitch. We got some great games for you tonight. I'm Fastack on the call, joined tonight by the one, the only, Whitney, aka Chicken Sandwich, aka Bombers Manager. How are you doing tonight, Whitney?
I'm doing great.
So we saw some really one-sided games yesterday between the Skulls and Wildcats and the Retrievers and Lumberjacks, with the Retrievers taking a 2-0 lead in the heroic side of things and the Skulls taking a 2-0 lead in the epic side of things. What are you looking for from tonight's games, but specifically the game that we're starting out with, which is Elimination Time, Skulls at Wildcats?
It's scary times for the Wildcats, losing both in Bengada, and the second one they made it close at the end, but still it was pretty one-sided that whole game. They got to be careful going to Tiger Den against this team that's just got power for days all around it. They can't let this one run away. And if it gets out of hand early, it's season over.
Well, we are heading to Tiger Den. It's last chance desperation for the Wildcats. They need to win here. They need to win the next one to even get to a Game 5. On the mount, it's going to be Lacey Fellows versus Ivy Bauer. Game 3 matchups here on day 2 of conference finals. And I got to start things off as let me get the first pitch in. We're underway here at Tiger Den. I have to issue an apology to one Benjamin Botley even. I criticized the name, and then Jay Watt explained to me very nicely the meaning behind it, and knowing that it's his nephew, it's a little bit nicer as he lines us up the middle for a leadoff single, and the Skulls are on.
I tried to tell you that to you in the chat, but I'm not sure if you saw it last night.
Well, I didn't believe you. I didn't.
Oh.
I was just like, this just seems like a fake story to make me feel bad. Brock Yellow at the plate here. Runner on first. Runner's going to take off for a second. The throw by Jillian Sorelli. Well in time.
Ooh.
Gun down. And, well, it's looking good right now for the Wildcats to be able to turn that quickly. Jillian Sorelli coming in clutch there.
Clutch play by Sorelli, getting the base runner out.
This one out into right on a 2-2 count, caught by Baleen Curtis for the second out. No changes in either lineup, obviously, for the Skulls. They've been able to produce pretty well. What is your take on the Wildcats not changing up the lineup here in game number 3?
Well, I don't know how much more they have really to work with on their major roster. I'm trying to look at it. Florence Bauer is not someone you could really start. Matthias Ritchie you could maybe plug in, but you're either sitting Sorelli and you're sacrificing her defense, or then you're pulling Hiker, and that's just not something you should do.
Well, one thing that you can do is ring him up there. Strikeout for Ivy Bauer, retires aside, and we'll get our first look at the Wildcat bats. They were able to heat up a little bit, especially towards the end of the game last night. They had a huge 8-2 deficit, able to get it within 8-6, and then not able to convert with a great opportunity. They'll look to get something going here, especially against the number 3, number 4 order for the Skulls, and Baleen Curtis is going to ring that right up the middle for a leadoff single. Both teams getting the bats hot early.
Good way to get started off. Lacey Fellows, a really good number 3. She came over from the Unicorns. I can't exactly remember how well she's done this season, but I mean, Skull's sitting at a regular season of 12-2. She must have done pretty well.
This one is going to get through the glove on left. Not great work from Raskeller there, as that finds the empty space in between, and it's back-to-back singles, which brings up Whitney here. Double steal attempt. Tried hit and run, but that one's just fouled off. We saw an interesting attempt yesterday where it looks like as if it was a hit and run, and there was no swing for it. 1-2 count here to Whitney. Runners on first and second, no outs. Fouls that early. We'll do it again. Swing! And a miss. He got rung up there. And Lacey Fellows doing Lacey Fellows things there, Whitney.
Couldn't lay off the curveball.
Brings up Alan Hiker, someone who Wildcats would like to produce more, but necessarily hasn't been there for them this season. 2-0 count, swings on that one into shallow right field. Brock Yellow will come in and record the out. So Whitney, they go from runners on first and second with no out to quickly 2 gone here with Emma Fury up to bat.
You know, it's kind of the same thing we've seen earlier. Like, Wildcats will have opportunities in this series, but just they can't capitalize off of them.
Well, this is going to be crucial here with Emma Fury up, one of the best bats in the Wildcat order. Faces down to 0-2, and he reaches for a ball out of zone. Henry steps on the bag, and the Skulls get out of some interesting looks here. We head to the top of the second inning. It's still 0-0 here on day 2 of conference action. Denver Brainstorm. This was a major move for the Skulls this offseason. Of course, getting Jess Tumblo, lots of different moves, but Denver Brainstorm might have been the steal of the offseason here. That one batted up, and that is going to be easily handled. Oh no!
Oh no!
Alan Hiker! Oh no! He drops the easy ball, and it's a runner on first. I mean, we can go many different directions here. We can talk about Denver Brainstorm. We can talk about me jinxing the catch. I don't know where to go with.
I think that's like the 10th failed catch like that on a pop-up we've had in the last like 3 or 4 weeks of gameplay. Like, it's getting ridiculous.
Full count here to Carl Henry. He slams that one through, and that's going to get through for extra bases. Brainstorm will head to third. Bobby Jimbo throws it in. Henry will stay at first. It's just going to be a single, but runners on the corners now with no one out, and it's Rick Maniac. And we've seen this from the Skulls so far this postseason, and even in the regular season, they just capitalize off of scoring opportunities. They've got a great chance here. Runner's gonna take out for a second. It was a wide ball in, and it's a bad throw from Jillian Sorelli. Easily had the runner down as Carl Henry's got the speed of a slug, but nonetheless, it's runners on second and third now. 2-2 count, nobody out here in the top of the second. Popped into left. Waving off.
Kind of armed does Island have.
Chico Island makes the catch, and not a great arm as Jillian Sorelli. She needs to pull it together, the former Dragon. Bad throw in the dirt to second and not able to handle a ball that speed walked to her. Brings up Wiley Intense. One out now, runners on second and third.
I almost walk Intense here, but it had 0-2.
1-2 count. That one's hit up the middle. Fury will throw to first in time for the out, but runner will score, and the Skulls get on the scoreboard first. Heading to the bottom of the order here, Randy Raskeller fouls this one just off the line. 2-1 count. The 2-2 swung on, right to the glove of Whitney, throw to first, in time for the third out. Some gaps defensively, and the Skulls take a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second. And you know who's batting up first, Whitney? It's Bobby Jimbo. Bobby Jimbo up to bat.
A lot of pitches on Ivy already.
Lacey Fellows only at 20. 1-2 count to Bobby Jimbo. Fouls that one off. We'll do it again. Handcuffed inside. Staying alive is Bobby Jimbo. Oh, inside check swing. And the 2-2 swung on. Nice a jumping attempt by the former Dragon, Jinklage Morgoon. And Whitney, if you're a former Dragon, you're not doing well in game one today so far.
Yeah, it's been a bit rough.
Sorelli, of course, with those fail balls in, and then Dinklage flashing the absent leather. 2-2 swung on by Chico Island. This one is going to safely go foul. Lots of speed at first. As Electric Aki is encouraging Jimbo to steal a swing and a miss. He got right there, and Lacey Fellows getting back to brass tacks there. Brings up Dash Bango. And interesting, both of these teams, Whitney, they've got some very top end as the runner will take out for a second, and he gets gunned down. 2 outs now. Both of these teams, as that's a diving attempt by Carl Henry off of the glove. Runner will be safe at first. They've got some heavy top end, and then the bottom of the order is a little bit interesting for both teams. Not a ton of power, but we've seen them produce so far this postseason.
These Wildcats batters are doing a good job at chewing up Fellows' pitch count.
Sorelli on board there with a single. The Cardiac Cats coming back here with 2 outs to put runners on first and second. Get to the top of the order, Bailing Curtis.
Got to tie things up here.
0-1 counts. That one just outside the zone, 100 miles an hour. Curveball in, dirty pitch, 1-2. This is high, 2-2 count now. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. It'll be a full count. Runners will go here. Swings, that was probably a ball forward, goes foul. We'll do it again. And she gets rung up there, gets caught looking. The last thing you want, we head to the top of the third inning. Skulls have a 1-0 lead. Now, Whitney, I want to talk to you a little bit about these teams. Obviously, you're an Epic manager. You've experienced playing against these teams for the past couple of seasons. What can you talk to me about these two teams in this iteration that we see them here?
Well, Skulls have had a run for 2 seasons where was the top team in the Epic for Season 2 and Season 3, but got upended both times in the playoffs by the Serpents, and then had just a weird year. They were one of the top teams in the first half of the season, and then like kind of pulled what happened to the Dragons and lost like a bunch of their last games, ended up missing on the playoffs altogether last season, and then kind of rebounded a bit this season and back to what they were.
Jiglitz Marhoon gets rung up, and then a pop 5 from Botley makes 2 outs, and that one's just off of the glove at third. Whitney recovers, but Whitney, you're not able to make the throw in time. A nice effort from the shortstop, but Raquel will get aboard, and here's Kip Shaw with a runner on first, 2 outs, and we've seen the Skulls strike from here. Skulls, of course, as you were mentioning, pulled the Dragons last season, able to become the #1 seed in the Epic, and did so convincingly, despite a stacked ball players roster. Runner will take out for second. This one batted and will just go foul, but Baleen Curtis makes the grab. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Baldwin, Whitney, and Hiker do up here as the Wildcats are down 1-0. And the Wildcats, you know, a team that has emerged from their division as this one is slammed. This is heading deep. Back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Rustin Baldwin ties this game back up at 1.
Now, Rustin Baldwin is kind of a centerpiece trade since Aggie took over this team. He got Baldwin from the Unicorns. I think it was a straight-up trade for Gina Blake, and my God, that trade looks like a fleece now with a couple of seasons to look back at it. I could be wrong. There might have been some other things involved, but I mean, Baldwin's been a huge part of this team for the last couple of seasons. Aggie's done some good trading for this team, and it's got him to this point.
Whitney earns a walk, get on first, and that ball by Baldwin was absolutely blasted. No chance. This one right to Fellows. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. Oof. And they will get the Dragon special. Lacey Fellows was tense previously from that. Gets back to neutral after it. And that's not going to help an already tense Alan Hiker. And as Dean makes note of it, it was pretty far gone because this is Tiger Den, one of the smallest parks. As Emma Fury will line up a single here. Cardiac Cat strike again here with 2 outs.
You know, Botley is usually the one flaw on this Skulls team. His defense at second leaves a lot to be desired, but in this series so far, he's done decently. That's the first time I've really seen him miss a grounder.
Bobby Jimbo pop flies this one out to right. Brockiel will make the catch. The Wildcats tied up with a giant bomb solo shot. We head to the top of the 4th with the Skulls looking to get back ahead, and if you're trying to get back ahead, Denver Brainstorm would be a great way to do it here.
Ivy's cooled down a bit. That's a good sign for the Wildcats.
About to throw her 60th pitch of the game. 3 hits, 2 strikeouts so far for the #3 in the Wildcats rotation. This one smacked out into right. Diving attempt, Baleen Curtis. What a snag to grab the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. Brings up Carl Henry, and he smashes this one long. That's into the left. So some bats finding balls right now here in the middle part of this game 3. Once again, the Skulls can punch their ticket to the Super Series with a win here. This one right to Whitney. Throw to first in time for out #2. Wildcats are going to need to run the docket in order to get that berth back. Rick Maniac. As Avi Bauer throws her 69th pitch. That one's a top corner strike. 2-2. Swung on foul. We'll do it again. That one outside, full count. Swings at a ball, and Rick Maniac hitting above his pay grade. And now the Skulls with an opportunity here with 2 outs, brings up Wiley Intense. And
Rick Maniac has done that all season. Like, honestly, like, I would have him as a dark horse for like a Rookie of the Year candidate. Like, he might not have like a full stat line, but comparing to what his stat line is compared to like what his ratings are, he does really, really well, like consistently too.
Full count, 2 outs, runner on first will go, and he gets rung up there. Caught looking, but it's at the bottom of the 4th. I want to touch on that though, Whitney, about how the main reason of this Skulls team success has been that bottom of the lineup that's been able to contribute for them.
Yeah, Skelly had a rough start to the season, but really came along kind of midway point and really started hitting well. And then getting Dinklage Morgoon back defensively has helped them a lot, because that middle infield is not the greatest for the Skulls, and getting him back helps a lot.
Well, talking about bottom of the order contributing, Chico Island gets himself a leadoff single, brings up Dash Bango, and right to Botley, throw to second in time, throw to first, and it's going to be a 4-6-3 Dragon special. 2 outs quickly here, and here comes a locked-in Jillian Sorelli. Got the contact of a mosquito, but locked in right now. Lacey Fellows heading towards 70 pitches through 4 innings. Swinging and a miss. She gets rung up there. Well, it's the top of the 5th inning. Rascal and Morgoon Botley due up. Well, so far this game has been following the trend of a lot of the games we've seen in the conference finals so far, where it's been relatively low scoring in the beginning and then just absolutely broken wide. This one's going to get through the left side. Chico Island is there to settle a leadoff single. Wildcats do have a chance to come back here. They're not facing down a pitcher named, I don't know, Jess Tumblo or among others. Of course, they will have to deal with Dante Smalls in the bullpen. That one's going to get up the wheel. A nice diving attempt by Whitney. Throw to first in time. Whitney.
Huge out.
Huge out. Runner still on second now with 1 out, and here is Benjamin Botley. How's it feel to see yourself do such a fantastic defensive play?
I wish I could do that in real life.
Oh no, that's exactly what you can do in real life. Chico Island there to settle under the fly for out number 2. Brings up Brock Yellow as we're getting into the real heart of the Skulls batting lineup here. Ivy Bauer about to throw her 84th pitch. 2-1 count to Brock Yellow. Swings at a foul ball. We'll do it again. Swings at a high ball. And 90th pitch will be a full count pitch here with 2 outs. And this one, it goes right into the heart of the plate. And the Skulls are going to take back the lead. An RBI double for Brock Yellow. And they're back up 2-1.
Brock Yellow, Mr. Skulls of Rock, putting their team back on top here midway through the game.
And you know, this is a Skulls team that has a lot of old veteran players, and it's almost as if this is the season, if any season, for them to get a Super Series. This is the one that they'd like to get with a lot of those aging players.
Yep. I mean, these two guys back-to-back, both season winners. Carl Henry, Jess Tumbler, who they acquired. They've got some aging pieces.
That one popped out by Kipshaw right to the glove of Whitney. He will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order due up for the Wildcats. Baleen Curtis. Lacey Fellows. 67 pitches so far. Of course, the battle to watch would be a supposed Hal Oldman, Dante Smalls. But as we saw yesterday, the Skulls don't need Dante Smalls in order to win a game. Walk there from Fellows, though, and here comes Rustin Baldwin. He's already hot hitting. He's got a home run. He's got a single. I don't think, Whitney, he's got a chance to get the cycle in Tiger Dead.
Triples are impossible, and even more so with his 30 speed being generous. Uh-oh.
That one gets by Rick Maniac. Runner will advance 2 seconds, so runner in scoring position for Rustin Baldwin. Baldwin earns the walk there. Yeah, what did we settle on for the aging and progression and regression. As that will do it for Lacey Fellows. Dante Smalls will come in.
I knew we were taking screenshots of all the games, and we're going to and I guess Darby will do some magic with that. We're going to take the screenshots and we're going to put them into an Excel document and then extrapolate that. I still thought we'd still have aging curves, but Dean says we're not. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what's not happening is finding the zone. Dante Small with a walk there to load the bases now with no outs. And here's Alan Hiker right to the glove of Morgoon. He's going to go to second.
Oh, no.
Dinklage Morgoon, the second year from the Dragons, is not able to make the correct decision. Instead of one out tie game with runners on second and third, it's now bases loaded for Emmett Fury.
Mr. Grand Slam.
1-2 count to Fury. They have a chance to blow this one open. And this one is popped up deep. I thought for a second it had a chance. Rock Yellow will have it. Runners at second and third will tag. Yellow will throw to third. And not going to be in time. So it's going to be a 3-2. Wildcats have their first lead, I believe, of the series.
Yeah, I think you might be right there.
One out now, runners on first and third for the RBI van, Bobby Jimbo. And Bobby Jimbo is going to foul this one promptly to the glove of Carl Henry for out number 2. And that'll bring up Chico Island.
Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby Jimbo not able to convert there. 1-1 count. Popped up behind the plate. We'll do a 1-2. 2 outs, runners on first and third here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wildcats have taken the lead off of Dante Smalls. Runner will take off for second as that's going to be a walk. Second walk from Dante Smalls, and he's not looking locked in right now.
Yeah, this is the most we've seen him struggle this in the postseason so far.
Dash Bango now, bases loaded, 2 outs, facing an 0-2 count. Can Dante Smalls get out of it? Right to the glove of Carl Henry. He'll step on the bag, but the Wildcats get 2. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Wildcats now have a 3-2 lead here in game number 3. Here comes Denver brainstorming. That will do it for Ivy Bauer. Made it through 5 innings, and we are going to see the Oldman Dante Smalls battle. And this is something that we've been peeking our eye out for ever since we knew this matchup was going to be happening for the Epic Conference Finals. 2, maybe the best relievers in the Epic right now battling off.
Yeah, Oldman has had his struggles in this series, but this is the first time he's been the first out of the pin so far. So maybe that will help him along in the series. Oh,
a pitiful dive from Alan Hiker, but Oldman able to get on the bag. As we've seen the infield for the Wildcats make some nice plays. As you're talking about, Oldman struggling a little bit against this Skulls lineup so far this series. Facing down Rick Maniac right now, and not the batter that you want to pitch 3 straight balls to. This one in the zone, no foul territory here, really to speak of, and that one just off the. Did Jillian Torelli just try and catch that behind her back? Can someone click that? I think she tried to catch it behind her back, and it went off of the fence.
She tried to Noodles Nunez it.
But of course, Noodles Nunez not on the Wildcats, so no Noodles Nunez catch. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jillian Sorelli lead things off, and Sorelli will do Sorelli things right to Botley for out number 1. So far, a much more intense game that we've seen so far this series. Especially with this Skulls team that can definitely put up runs at any time. It's great to see the Wildcats getting ahead.
It's the first lead change I think we've seen all conference finals.
He rang her up there. Dante Smalls finally finding the zone a little bit here. And he's got to face locked in Rustin Baldwin. He had a long ball to center. Now has a 2-1 count. That one just misses the zone, 3-1. And Baldwin earns himself a walk. So a little bit of uncharacteristic walks from Dante Smalls so far this appearance. He's already given up 3 walks in 1.2 innings.
Yeah, his stuff is kind of either not breaking at all or breaking way too much.
Now it's you up. You've earned 2 walks so far. Facing a 3-1 count, maybe could earn a 3rd right here. No, you're going to swing it right up the middle, and you, Whitney, have earned yourself a single. Cardiac Cats coming through again here with 2 outs. Runners on first and second, and here comes a tense Allen Hiker, and here's someone who would like to get a hit registered in this series.
We've seen plenty of tense people hit home runs this postseason. Allen Hiker is definitely equipped to do it.
2-1 count, takes a high cut at a high slider as that one is into foul territory on the right side. Carl Henry will come over and make the grab for out number 3. Wildcats threatened, but nothing comes of it. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Bottom of the order due up for the Skulls as they're down by 1. And we'll see how long this Wildcat pitching can hold the Skulls to only 6 hits.
Wiley Kent's another season 1er of the Skulls, not an OG Skull, was a ball player, but season 1 nonetheless.
And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk from Oldman, so both relievers struggling to find the zone right now. Here is Randy Raskeller, runner on first. And now that's 5 straight balls for Hal Oldman. And the first strike is right up the middle. Bobby Jimbo. I gotta apologize. Bobby Jimbo wraps that one up. Runners on first and second out, no outs, and here's the former Dragon to Jinklage Morgoon. Broken bat right to Hal Ullman. Throw to second in time. Throw the first. The 1-6-3 Dragon special, and that's just what the Wildcats needed, Whitney.
Just got that in time. Lots of speed on the base between first and second, and going and on Jinklage going to first.
Benjamin Batley now. Runner on third, 2 outs. 1-2 count. Swung on right to the glove of Rustin Baldwin. We head to the 7th inning stretch. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Zach on the call, joined today by my pal Whitney for color commentary. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub if you have a spare one. But besides that, make sure you are part of the Discord as we are getting into the heat of Season 5 postseason and then into, honestly, my favorite time as a manager, the off-season, where all the moves and spicy deals happen.
Probably it for Dante Smalls.
That will be his 4th walk, as you're saying, and we'll see if they do pull him. And they will. Bubba McLeay coming in, and Whitney, this is not what you want to see if you're a Skulls fan.
I mean, this is the worst option I think they have. Oh,
Bobby Jimbo attempted a bunt there. And then swings at the ball.
Jeez.
That was about 10 feet high. Bobby Jimbo.
oof.
1 out now, and here's Chico Island. Lots of good options in the Skulls bullpen. This is necessarily not one of them. Pitch out attempt. And this one is slammed out into center, but Kipshaw is there for the 2nd out.
Kipshaw way too fast to let that one get by him.
Brings up Dash Bango. Runner will take off for a second. The throw low, not in time. As he probably was going to be safe even if that was a good throw there. So runner on second now, and Dash Bango has an RBI opportunity. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Wildcats have a 1-run lead. And that one is going to go into right. The runner's coming home.
Oh, no.
What are you doing, Wildcats? And for the 2nd time this series, Brock Yellow guns down a runner going home. We head to the top of the 8th inning and another base running goof for the Wildcats, Whitney.
You can't be running on that kind of a ball in this stadium. It's just too shallow. And Brock Yellow has a decent arm, 79 arm. Like, you just can't. I know you want that insurance, but just, you know, keep it in there. Keep running down McLeay. Keep on trucking, you know.
Hal Oldman gonna issue another walk to a Skulls batter, and here comes Kip Shaw now. One swing away from the Skulls taking a lead.
0 for 3, Kip Shaw.
Runner's gonna go to second, and he is gone down. Sorelli will get a mojo boost from that. As they just
instantly lost it too, though.
Kip Shaw, full count.
Yeah, I think it was Aggie. I think it was the pitch out.
He got rung up there. And here comes Denver Brainstorm now. And the Skulls are going to get back into this game. These are the bats to do it. Ullman about 41 pitches now, and Denver Brainstorm was hit this one deep in the left center. That'll be a double for the former Gaucho. He slides in safely. And here's Carl Henry now with an RBI opportunity. 1 for 3 so far today.
Another one of the OG Skulls. Chance to put the Skulls where they've never been before.
How far have the Skulls been previously, Whitney?
I don't think they've ever made it this far, honestly. I could be wrong. Dean would know better than I would.
That one off the glove of Ullman, and they still get Carl Henry. A golden opportunity for the Skulls, and they waste it. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Wildcats are only 3 defensive outs from forcing a game 4.
Dean, did you ever beat them in the conference finals? I can't remember if one of those was a conference finals or not. I think one of them might have been, now that I think about it.
Sorelli will dribble this one to Beverman Botley, throw the first in time for the first out, brings up top of the order.
Okay. Okay, cool. So they've made it here, but they haven't made it to a Super Series.
One out here is Bailey Curtis. 1 for 3, a single and a walk so far today. Swing and a miss. She gets rung up there. And I mean, if we're being honest right now, Velma McClay has looked better than Dante Smalls did.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. Like,
Rustin Baldwin, 2 walks, a home run, and a single. He's had a fantastic outing. Most likely will be the first start of the game if we're talking about it, as he's now earned his 3rd walk of the game. Brings up Whitney. 2 walks and a single. That one right to the glove of Carl Henry, and the old man's got jumps. We head to the top of the 9th. Maniac in 10th. Rascaler due up for the Skulls as they're down by 1 here in game 3.
Carl not exactly known for his defense. That was a huge play to get them the chance to only be down 1. Not that Baldwin would have scored. But
you know, we talked about how Oldman hadn't had some great appearances so far in the series, but he's looking pretty good here, Whitney.
Yeah, let's see. That's 2 hits, 2 walks. Uh-oh.
This one hit deep, and that one just gonna be fair, but because it's Tiger Dent, it's gonna be just a single. We'll see if that will knock him down from locked in. He'll go to neutral at 50 pitches right now. Brings up Wiley Intense as the Skull's still in this right here.
Not a lot of speed. Chance to get 2 right here. Oh, dear.
2-1 count. Swung on a high pitch that most likely would have been a ball. 2-2 now. Swings out a low ball right to Rustin Baldwin. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. And the Prophet Whitney has spoken. The 5-4-3 Dragon special for 2 outs, and Skulls are down to their last out here in game 3. And this would be a huge turning point in this series, as Hal Ullman is locked in again. 2-2 count. This one up the middle, off of the glove of Fury. Throw by Whitney, not in time. And the Skulls live to see another batter, but it's a tense Dinklage Morgoon. He's got about as much power as I did in kindergarten. We'll see what he can do here. His team needs to get a run In order to keep this one going, this one is Jack. This is heading deep to the track and off of the wall, right caught by Chico Island, and the Skulls are going to tie it. And I don't believe it, Whitney, but the Skulls have done it.
And it's that bottom third of the lineup.
Well, now here is the top of the lineup now, and Benjamin Potley. Poor guy's just gonna pop it up right back to Hal Ullman, but Jadinklage Morgoon, Whitney, gets the Skulls to tie the game. We're heading to the bottom of the ninth, and we're staring down our first extra innings of the conference series.
They've got the heart of the order. If they want to walk it off, they've got exactly who they want up.
Alan Hiker facing a 3-0 count from Bubba McClay. That one finds his own full count now. And he rang him up. The woes continue for Alan Hiker. Oh, man, and here now comes Emmett Fury. It's just not been a great season for Alan Hiker.
Yes, he's had a fair share of struggles, and honestly, is the reason this game's tied right now. The error that scored a run.
Diving attempt by Carl Henry. Whitney, you said he wasn't a defensive juggernaut, but look at him there as Bobby Jimbo is coming out. Bobby Jimbo is out. Here's Martin Ritchie, and the first pitch he sees, deep at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. Ritchie walks it off for the Wildcats as they take game 3. Oh, Whitney, what do you think about that?
Huge, absolutely huge. Wildcats live another day. Well, another game, I should say.
We will be having at least 3 games here today as the Wildcats have forced to game 4. 11 hits for each side and a string of hits and home runs here in the 9th inning is what swung momentum, but by far the closest game we've seen this series. 2 home runs for the Wildcats. Got to play the home run theme song because of that as well. Brock Yellow 2 for 3. Rick Maniac 2 for 4. Rustin Baldwin.
Look at that middle of the order there for the Skulls. Yellow, Shaw, Brainstorm. Or I should say Shaw, Brainstorm, Henry. 2 for 12.
Not what the Skulls are looking for there. Al Oldman. Nice bit of resurgence for him as he earns the win. Bubba McClay gets the loss. And Whitney, if you had to say who the players of the game were, what would you say in order?
I mean, Hal Oldman probably gets... He should get a top billing, like only 1 earned through 4 against the Skulls in this ballpark. That's insane. Baldwin should probably be up there as well. And then English Morgoon. Ritchie made the rock off.
It's going to be Rustin Baldwin. Matthias Ritchie comes in, gets the walk-off homer, and then Ivy Bauer, interestingly enough, is going to be your 3rd star. Well,
I mean, only 1 earned started the game, 5 innings pitched. I mean, can't ask for much more, to be honest.
Well, that's going to do it for game number 1. The Wildcats walk it off to get a 4-3 win to force a game 4. We're going to head to Lumberjacks at Retrievers, but before we do, we're going to have a little bit of a sponsored ad here from the Relocation Football League, a great football simulation league that you, SSBL fans, could be a part of. Let's hear from them.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, and we're back.
Okay.
We're all good. We're all good. As I was just saying, the Wildcats earned themselves a trip to Game 4. But before we get to see the conclusion of that series, we've got Retrievers Lumberjacks coming up next. Retrievers able to absolutely dominate the Lumberjacks yesterday at their home field. What are you looking to see from the Lumberjacks here in Game 3 to get themselves back into this series?
They have to be aggressive at the plate tonight. This is the first time we're going to be seeing a starting pitcher other than Bo Dan or Dina Gregory. You know, once you get from the 1 and 2 spot in the rotation, it's a bit of a step down. Tailwind is okay, but he's not one of the aforementioned. So the Lumberjacks have to be aggressive here and really get to him if they want to stay alive.
Well, we're heading to Sakura Hills for this Game 3. Retrievers looking to punch their ticket to the Super Series, as they do have Woody Walker back today. That was a huge injury that happened to them. Of course, Dina Gregory is out until the Super Series, but that shouldn't play into it, as we are about to get live right here at Sakura Hills. Game 3 of the Heroic Conference now underway, and a first pitch swing, and if you're the Lumberjacks, you're loving that start now.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Paula Reed. Happy Tailwind gets the call for the Retrievers here in Game 3. He's going to be facing Gina Stance.
This is Happy Tailwind. I mean, he's probably a starter anyway, but this is the expense of having Pete Stropkin as the long reliever. You have someone like him starting a game.
And he ring her up there. Strikeout for Tailwind to get the first out of the game. He's now facing down Archie Conrad, former Wildcat. And he's going to dribble that right to Betancourt, throw to second in time, throw to first in time. The classic 3-6-1 Dragon special. We led to the bottom of the first inning. Betancourt, Richie, Crewhart due up for the Retrievers.
Retrievers defense has been good though this series. I don't think they have an error so far. They've been really clean.
Get our first look at Gina Stance for the Lumberjacks. That one's going to get through for a single. Betancourt is on. And, you know, we will talk a little bit about this throwing core for the Lumberjacks. They went into free agency as well as they went into the middle of the season, and they made some big trades to bolster that bullpen. As this one is Jack Whitney heading back deep to the track, to the wall. He's out of here. A 2-run home run, and the Retrievers are picking up right where they left off.
That's Richie's 4th hit of the postseason.
Richie, well, the Ritchie brothers, are they brothers? I think the
Sure.
Ritchies are brothers. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but the Ritchie brothers, obviously, Matthias Ritchie getting the walk-off home run for the Wildcats for his Game 4, and now Domingo Ritchie, he's returning the favor here for his team, putting them up 2-0. Here is Woody Walker. Old Iron Balls Walker. And old Iron Balls is going to earn himself a walk.
I want to do this for every team, but it took too long. I actually have the Retrievers' stats so far for the postseason.
What can you tell us about that?
Let's see. Who would you think has the most hits? I'm going to let you play a guessing game, I guess.
Ooh. Betancourt's getting pulled too early. I would probably have to say maybe Judd French.
No, it is not Judd French. It is a tie between Juan Deck, who is 10 for 24, and Crewhart, who is 10 for 27.
Well, here is the aforementioned Juan Deck. He's got runners on first and second after 2 straight walks from Gina Stance, who is tense.
And
Popped
Juan
up.
Deck, even though he's not getting one there, has 10 RBIs in the postseason, tied
10
with French.
10 RBI and 10 for 25 for the postseason. Deadly numbers. Here is Max Swingins now with 2 outs. And the Retrievers, I mean, 1 swing and this game is already starting to get out of hand for the Lumberjacks.
Yes. I mean, Gina Stance already at 20 pitches. Oh, Phil Barco
Phil Barco Jr. misses it, but the Lord's going to go home and throw. Not in
Oh,
time.
that was close.
Woody Walker, I think the old iron balls are okay.
Phil Barco has been off this series. He has had a lot of plays that he just misses.
0-2 count to Vera Hewitt. Now runners on first and second, 2 outs. This one's going to be dribbled to the right side. Paula Reed is going to barely step on the bag in time, but the Retrievers keep on their hitting ways. They're up 3-0 heading into the top of the second. And here's the aforementioned Phil Barco Jr., a major part of why this Lumberjacks team got and won the Super Series. And that's right to Hewitt. So what are the changes from this Lumberjack squad that kind of altered it so that they could compete this season?
Buck Ball has been an amazing acquisition for them. I think he's almost been more important than Steel Flex. Apart from the game he had last night, he has been one of their most important players down the second half of the season. Like, he single-handedly won them the game against the Vikings that gave him the division title. He's had big games and has put them in positions in several occasions. Like, I think Buck Ball was honestly the biggest acquisition for this team.
Well, he earned himself a walk there, 1 out, and Tank Tygo, the first-round pick, is going to pop that one up to the home run hitter, Richie.
And as on the complete flip side, Tank Tygo has done nothing, I'm pretty sure. Like, at least in this series, he has really struggled at the plate. Like, he's just not having good at-bats.
Jose Strangelove, and this one is going to get past, and Mars on second, and oh no, this is a little bit of an issue. As the Dragons have experienced with Kansas Brooks, Jose Strangelove, maybe the runner shouldn't have advanced there, but he still hits it into center, but that's going to be caught by Max Wiggins for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second. Retrievers still lead 3-0. It's Carp in the top of the order, due up.
Now batting, the catcher, number 35.
Kerwin Carp, a player that has hit well above his paying grade and even earned himself an all-star nomination here. Whitney? Full
Yep,
count.
Carp hitting 7 for 21 so far in this series.
And make that 7 for 22 as he gets rung up there. Back to the top of the order, Vela Betancourt leading things off. And she's going to jack this one. This is heading deep into center, but right before the warning track is Speedy Gonzalez for the out. And this Lumberjack team definitely happy to have Speedy Gonzalez back in the lineup.
That ball died really quickly. That looked really good, but came straight down.
Domingo Ritchie, and he's going to be 2 for 2 today. He's got himself a home run. He's got himself a single. I mean, we called the Wildcats cardiac cats. What would be the equivalent for the Retrievers? The resurgent Retrievers? Well,
I would say the Rippin' Retrievers.
Rippin' Retrievers here with 2 outs. Here's Crew Hart. As Whitney was saying, it's hitting well so far this postseason. Runner's going to take out for a second. It was a called hit and run, and that one's right in the ground in front of Phil Barco Jr. To be fair, the ball was in the dirt.
Callens has also been a big problem for them. She has struggled behind the plate, hasn't had quite the bat she had last season, and, you know, a bit of a reason why they have struggled here and there. But
Drew Hart will line that one right to first, and so we'll head to the top of the third. Callens, Daquan Smith, Speedy Gonzalez due up for the Jacks. Jacks looking to become the only team in SSBL history to repeat. In order to do that, they need to get back into this game and then win the next 2. Right back to Crew Hart. They'll throw the first in time for out number 1. Whitney, are you aware of any SSBL champions making it to the Super Series the following year, or making it to the conference championship, as that one's lined out to right?
The Serpents were able to defend their conference title as they lost in season 2, but then beat the Moonshots in season 3. But other than that, I think that's the only instance I can think of someone making back-to-back trips. Because season 1 it was wrong fielders, ball players. Then a Knights, Serpents, Moonshots, then Bombers, Lumberjacks.
Well, he gets rung up there, swing and a miss. Speedy Gonzalez goes down. We head to the bottom of the third, and here is old Iron Balls Woody Walker. That groin feeling much better today. It was just tweaked. It was just tweaked as that ball is tweaked up through the left side for a single. And I mean, this Retrievers team just keeps on finding the bat on the ball.
Gina Stantz not having the outing that she needed. She's usually pretty decent on the mound, but is really struggling here early. Already at 44 pitches without an out here in the third.
And the 46th pitch is going to be a 4-count walk. Puts runners on first and second. So we talked about how there was a lot of additions to this Lumberjack team that got them to compete. What have been the best acquisitions for this Retrievers team? Is that's right to read. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. And it's going to be the 3-6-3 Dragon special to get 2 outs. Runner advances to third. Max Wiggins now.
I mean, honestly, I think truly the best play the Retrievers made all season was putting Peach Dropkin in the long reliever spot. I think that has really allowed them to get where they are now. And a lot of other teams have tried that. We saw the High Rollers try to do that with Tipsy Reynolds, but it backfired. You know, the Serpents tried to do that with Sammy Green, but he could never get into his zone, and that's going to be run number 4 for the Retrievers.
And was that one deck that... No, that was Max Wiggins. No. Max Wiggins hit that through to make it 4-0.
Right into the double play.
Oh, not great for him.
But, you know, that was... And honestly, like, I questioned that move. I was like, why on earth are you putting one of your best pitchers in the long reliever spot? And it's so that she can eat up innings and be great at doing it.
That one's going to get to the left side, and the ripping Retrievers keep on ripping. Burns on first and second now with 2 outs.
So far in the postseason, Peach Dropkin has thrown 14 innings, given up 8 hits, 7 walks, 3 earned runs, and 12 strikeouts.
Dropkin, of course, one of their features is clipping in and out of the Matrix with her jerseys. Here's Kerwin Karp now. 2-1 count, and Kerwin Karp maybe coming back to earth after the season that he's had so far. Pop set up to Archie Conrad. We'll head to the top of the 4th. The Retrievers add 1 more. It's 4-0. Top of the order due up for the Lumberjacks.
The first baseman, number 5.
And as a reminder, if the Retrievers hold on here, we will only have Epic Conference final games as she gets rung up there. Second strikeout on Paula Reed today.
Would we play Game 5 if the Wildcats win the next game?
Yes, because instead of there would be
just
no Game 4.
Okay.
We will play, if there's only one Game 5, we will play that Game 5 tonight as Betancourt will step on the bag here for out number 2. If there are 2 Game 5s, we're going to go to tomorrow.
Cool.
Bill Barco Jr. Well, I think, Dean, the only team that hadn't made the playoffs was Overdrafts, right?
No, not. That was the only team that hadn't made the playoffs of the original 8 teams.
Swing and a miss. Barco goes down swinging. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning now.
That might just be Stingers now as the only team never to make it in. I could be wrong. Yeah. Stingers are the only team never to make the playoffs now.
Nice diving stop by Daquan Smith. Throw to first in time. Brings up Domingo Ritchie. He's locked in. He's got a home run, a single, and 2 RBI to his name.
Yes, the Puppet. The Retrievers made the playoffs in Season 3. They got swept by the Dragons in a wild card round.
Paula Reed grabs the fall throw from Daquan Smith there for out number 2. Brings up Crew Hart. And Crew Hart is a diving attempt by Phil Barco Jr. and a throw in time to first. Phil Barco Jr. with a fantastic defensive play. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Retrievers still lead 4-0.
Pretty big play. Kept it a 1-2-3 inning for Gina Stantz. Try and bite back some of those pitches, trying to get back into it.
That one up the middle, a pitiful diving attempt there by Gruhart. Swingins will recover, so a leadoff single brings up Tank Tygo.
Designated hitter, number 10.
Tailwind, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 50 pitches so far. Yes, Elder, this is best of 5, so a win from the Retrievers here will put them in. Lumberjacks need to recover if they want this series to continue. And Tank Tygo will earn himself a walk, so a leadoff single and a walk puts runners on first and second for the RBI dud, Jose Strangelove.
Yeah, but he is not your traditional RBI dud.
And he
you go.
is not the traditional RBI does. That one's up the middle. Runner will hold at third. Bases loaded, no outs, and the Lumberjacks with their best opportunity today. And here comes Shelby Callens. And that one's gonna get by Kerwin Garp, but not too far. We saw yesterday, who was it? Claudette Levi get caught on the base paths in a very similar situation. Lumberjacks don't make that mistake there.
That one's starting
3-1.
to struggle with the zone.
This one into left. That one's going to be caught by Woody Walker. Runner will head home. It'll be 4-1 now with 1 out. And the Lumberjacks with some life here in the 5th inning.
19.
This one foul off to the right side. Daquan Smith 0 for 1 today.
How many pitches did Tailwind out?
Tailwind's at 64 pitches as he rang him up there.
The center fielder,
2 outs now. Runners on first and second. And here is Speedy Gonzalez. That one gets past Kerwin Karp again. Runners are taking off and nearly gets the runner at third.
Carp not having a good day behind the plate. That's his 3rd pass ball.
He's already tense. 1-2 count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. One swing away from a tie game. This one is deep into center. Catching it is Max Swingins for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Lumberjacks get 1. It's Iron Balls Woody Walker, followed by Jed French and Juan Dyke due up for the Retrievers.
Pretty big jam they just got out of. Bases loaded, 1 out. Base loaded, no outs. Only to give up 1 run.
And Woody Walker, the balls of steel just keep on coming as he lines that one up the middle for a single.
now batting, the right
Brings up Judd French.
number 40.
Woody Walker's been a huge contributor to this lineup, but as we saw in Game 2 yesterday, Retrievers can still put some runs on the board even without him in the lineup. Two-two to Judd French. Swings at that one. That's right to off the glove. Oh no, Phil
Oh my-
Barco Jr.
A double. Oh my! I've never seen someone bobble it twice.
44.
That's almost 2 errors.
F in the chat is out. This one is Jack Deep heading towards the track, and Buckball is there to mech the out. F in the chat for Phil Barco Jr. It's now Phil Barco Jr. When you see it, it'll make sense. And that one will be caught easily by Phil Barco Jr. for the 2nd out, but a big mistake from the shortstop so far.
From how my stream looked, I thought Juan Deck hit a 3-run home run.
It looks deep as this one is behind the plate, and Callens will record the 3rd out. So some dangerous opportunities for the Retrievers, not able to convert, but to the top of the 6th inning, Reed, Conrad, Barco Jr. due up.
Both getting out of jams relatively unscathed. This should be Tailwind's last inning, most likely. And then give the
Tailwind.
ball over to Dropkin.
Tailwind just gets done with a 69 pitch. He's locked in. We'll see if he still is after that leadoff single from Paula Reed. And no, he's
Nope.
going to go to neutral.
Now batting, the right fielder, number
Maybe only let him face Conrad. It might be time to pull him.
Why? And you would be, is it because of the caliber of Pete Dropkin that you would want to pull
It's
Tailwind?
just what Pete Dropkin has been able to do so far this postseason.
Hart,
But-
Hewitt, Betancourt, the 6-4-3 Dragon special to get 2 outs, and here's the tense Phil Barco Jr. And Phil Barco is going to ground that to Crew Hart. The Lumberjacks still cannot find a way to generate runs here in the conference finals. Bottom of the 6th inning, Kerwin Karp, then top of the order, due up for the Retrievers.
Now batting,
Oh,
the catcher,
no speed.
35.
Kerwin Karp about as fast as the tectonic plate movement. He's down 0-2 right now. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there.
Definitely not Kerwin Karp's night.
Kerwin Karp may be playing more to his stats tonight. Here is Velma Betancourt. Doing count. Gina Stance throwing her 84th pitch.
She's battled back and stayed into it longer than I thought she would have, considering how the start of the game went. She's put in a decent start. Still a quality start.
Well, Betancourt gets a single. That will do it for Gina Stance. Lucille Ball will come in. So the reinforcements are here for the Lumberjacks, and they're going to need it against the hot-hitting Domingo Ritchie. Well, we'll take off for a second. It was a called hit and run, and
Not even.
the run was there. The hit wasn't. And now that's quickly 2 outs, or rather, but 1, 2, 3. Head to the top of the 7th inning. Buck ball, Tank Tiger, Jose Strangelove. Lumberjacks down by 3. They need some runs here to stay in the series.
Number 34.
This one popped up. Buck ball facing a 1-2. Tailwind locked in again, throwing his 80th pitch. Swung on foul. We'll do the 2-2. This one right down the middle of the plate. Buck ball not able to get a hold of it. And in center field is Vera Hewitt to make the grab.
The designated
One out here, and here comes Tank Tygo. So if you're DDC, Whitney, looking at how this series has gone, let's not consider how this series could end, but what could this team look to build off of for next season? That's right, to Crew Hart, throw to first in time for out number 2. What kind of tools do they have returning for next season?
They're still going to have a good bit of this core. The only people that are going to, Jose Strangelove, I think, is season 2. That honestly might be their oldest player on the roster, unless I'm just forgetting someone. So, they're going to be primed and ready to keep on keeping on, honestly. Like, maybe just a couple of shuffles of the lineup. Maybe DDC up for the minors full time. Maybe move Buck ball to somewhere. I don't know. I'll say Conrad. I just now remembered Conrad is a season oneer. So that's the only blemish that I can think of.
Strangelove, after fouling off 5,000 pitches, finally fouls one in play. Karp will get it for the out. We head to the middle of the 7th inning. Want to thank you for tuning in to conference finals action here for season 5. Fisac on the call, joined by Whitney for color. Make sure you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub if you have a spare one. And regardless, make sure that you are part of the Discord, as Phil Barco Jr. had enough of a roller coaster game.
Bill Barco loves to do that to Crew Hart. That's the only time he's shown up for defensive plays. Dean makes a good point. Strangelove, I said Paula Reed. She might have been an original ball player, so she might be season 1. Daquan Smith is definitely an original season 1. Gina Stance. Lucio Ball is season 2 or 3. Lucio Ball is looking the best he's ever looked going into the bullpen in his career, though. Like, that's been a great move.
Judd French facing a 3-1 count, 2 outs here. He'll now have a full count to deal with. And he swings fouls this one. We'll do it again. And he misses inside. Ball walks him. And here is Juan Deck. Now, Whitney, we kind of talked about this yesterday with Squared, but what is it like for you to see all these former Bombers, specifically the ones right now who are on the Retrievers who have a chance to, you know, maybe do what the Bombers couldn't do last season, which is win the Super Series.
It would be cool to kind of see him get a chance at revenge with how poorly that Super Series went for them last season. And you know, French is doing pretty well. He was 6 for 10 last night, had a couple of home runs, 8 RBIs. So it's been a good bounce back for him. Kerwin Karp has had a good postseason and whatnot. Gregory got hurt last night, but was still doing pretty well. So it's good to see them kind of getting a chance for revenge.
Well, speaking of good appearances, Happy Tailwind, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. He did well more than enough. And now the Lumberjacks have to get through Peach Dropkin in order to get a game 4.
Yeah, proved me wrong. Tailwind, like, really smoked them. Like, did great. Could not ask for a better performance.
Hewitt to Betancourt for out number 1 brings up Daquan Smith. Now, do you consider revenge sweeping a series against the Lumberjacks, or do you think for them they would more so want to get that Super Series?
I mean, getting the ring definitely, like, you know, would be the penultimate, but, you know, just beating the Lumberjacks is huge because, I mean, the Lumberjacks are a good team and will continue to be a great team.
2-2 count to Daquan Smith. That drop ball just missing. Full count, swing and a miss. She rang him up. 2 outs now, and back to the top of the order. Speedy Gonzalez. The Lumberjacks are down to their last 4 outs. Popped into left, and coming in is Iron Balls, Woody Walker, and Retrievers now. Most likely their last batting opportunity.
Now batting.
It'll be Hewitt due up here. Aggie saying this, Puppet saying the skulls are scary, and then Aggie saying the skulls are loaded.
Yeah, we might finally get to have a rig next week because I'll actually, like, not have anything going on.
Paul
We
Reese,
haven't had one in about a month. Sorry.
Paul Reese steps on the bag for the first time. No. Keep you just talk over me if you need to. Here's Kerwin Karp, who is tense 0 for 3, but the Retrievers didn't need him today to do anything special.
Ooh, that was a close one.
And that's a side ball that was swung on. Paul Reed will throw to Lucio Ball. 2 outs now, back to the top of the order. We'll see if Betancourt stays in for the top of the 9th inning.
I mean, so far, Steve Sessions is coming for defense for her in every single game of the postseason so far. That's like the most consistent thing the AI's ever done in the history of either of the games we have played.
Smith to Reed, and the Retrievers are 3 outs away from heading to the Super Series. And to do that, they need to get through the meat of the Lumberjacks, or the Lumberjacks 3 outs away from falling just short. And here we go. Betancourt comes out. Here is Steve Sessions, and you've got to face Peach Dropkin. Swung on, right to Kuhar, throw to first, in time for out number 1. This is the Retrievers team that missed out on the postseason last season. Got a new manager and Puppet, who was recently named the manager of the season. That one up the middle. Vera Hewitt, what a grab, throw to first in time for the 2nd out. And you can hear the stadium cheering. Retrievers already got both home games for the Lumberjacks, and they're looking to close this out in front of their home crowd. This one to Hewitt, through to first in time, and the Retrievers are heading to the Super Series.
I don't know if anyone has ever swept a complete conference before.
Puppet, you keep on cheering. You've done a fantastic job with this lineup. We will have no Lumberjacks at Retrievers game 4 because the Retrievers win it in 3. Of course, congratulations on a great season to DDC and No Hummus. Able to take a squad that was rattled by regression to have a horrible start the beginning of the season, to win the division, and then to fall 1 series short of returning back to the Super Series. unfortunately just could not get through a hot hitting and really fantastic pitching Retrievers lineup. Only 4 hits allowed by Happy Tailwind. Only 4 hits allowed by Retrievers pitching. 10 hits for the Retrievers. Tailwind gets the win. Pete Shopkin gets the save. Gina Sands gets the loss. What do you want to say, Whitney?
I've been holding on to this for a while now. The Retrievers beat each of the last 3 heroic champions to become the new champions. Knights, they beat the Knights, who had it in season 2, Moonshot season 3, Lumberjacks season 4. They've beaten every single one of the heroic champions to become the new kings.
Domingo Ritchie, he led things off with that 2-run home run that really just set the standard in the beginning of the game. Happy Tailwind, of course, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks. Fantastic from him. And Max Swingins, 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. Congratulations again to the Retrievers. They take the series 3-0. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got Game 4 epic conference action. Skulls at Wildcats. Skulls will look to win it and head to the Super Series. Meanwhile, the Wildcats would like to have a little bit of a word and try and force a Game 5. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the official SSBL right here on Twitch.
We go 2-3-2 in the Super Series, right? Okay, I will. Okay, I'm gonna eat the rest of my dinner. I can't believe it. That's unbelievable. They said my mic is still hot. Well, no, I think they mean I'm still on. I don't know if that number counts me or not. I have the Twitch. Okay, I have the chat open. I think that would probably still count me, but I don't know.
Yeah, so my mic was muted again. Heading to Game 4 of the Epic Conference Finals. What are you looking to see from both teams here, Whitney?
Wildcats got to do more of the same. They got to take better chances of their opportunities. Like they were able to sneak by that last game, but let a lot of chances slide by. They can't keep doing that and expect to stay alive in this series.
We're heading to Tiger Den evening here as we're going to see Tamayo versus Hooper. Once again, what's on the line? The Skulls. If they win this, they go to the Super Series to face off against the Retrievers. Meanwhile, a win for the Wildcats and they would force a Game 5 that would occur right after this one. In fact, let's go ahead and change everything on here. Bevan Botley fouls ball right to Whitney. Throw to first in time for out number 1. Brings up Brock Yellow.
Number 3.
Biff Hooper gets the call for the Wildcats in Game 4. 2-2 count to Brock Yellow. Full count now. And he walks him. So Brock Yellow gets aboard, and here comes Kip Shaw.
Number 32.
Hooper is either lights out or gets into trouble, and you can't start walking people, or else that accuracy is going to become nothing very quickly.
Is Hooper the normal number 4 starter for these Wildcats?
No, he's come out of the pin during. No, that's not right. He was a starter because he started against the ball players earlier this season. Had like 9 strikeouts.
Well, this one is jacked deep, heading back to the track at the wall. It's out of here. Kip Shaw launches that one, and it's 2-0 Skulls here in Game 4 of the Epic Conference Finals.
Number 6.
That ball was absolutely jacked, Whitney.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that one.
And here is the former Goucher, former Goucher, Denver Brainstorm, former Gaucho, Denver Brainstorm. And he gets rung up there. Hooper able to recover to strike him out, brings up Carl Henry. Puppet, we're not rigging these ones because I already rigged the Retrievers one for you. Biff Hooper is tense. That was a strike right down the middle. Did you see that? Strike right down the middle. Sorelli missed it, and there's another walk. So Hooper all over the place right now.
Number 23.
About to throw his 30th pitch. Here's Rick Maniac. So let's talk a little bit about what the Retrievers are going to bring to the Super Series and what either one of these squads needs to be careful of. As that one's going to go right up the middle for a single.
They're bringing great pitching. I mean, Bo Dan, Dina Gregory, Pete Shropkin's been fantastic. If Happy Tailwind can do that again, I mean, look out. I mean, that's a 1-2-3 and a long reliever to boot.
Of course, the hitting, finding its goal. We'll see how that hitting does against really some great aces that both of these squads have.
Yeah.
Full count, 2 outs, runners will go. Swing on him is, and this is hit deep, heading back to the track at the wall.
Oh, no.
He's out of here. Had to get an extra long one there, as that's a 3-1 shot, and the Skulls are up 5-0 in Game 4.
That's the curse of Tiger Den. That's a pop fly in 10 other stadiums, and just enough to get out of here at Tiger Den.
Fury the throw to Hiker, and this is just a reminder that that was the top of the inning. We finally get to the bottom of the first. The Skulls put up 5 as the Wildcats are already behind early.
Fielder. Number 44.
Belt Miles also had a good season. I want to say he had a complete game shutout of the Angels this season. And can't think of other games he might have pitched, but I think he's done pretty well for being a number 4 starter.
2-2 count to Bailey Curtis. Swing and a miss. He rang her up. Curtis goes down, and now here is the Game 3 hero, Rustin Baldwin, and Bailey Curtis. Oh no, Bailey Curtis has a meniscus tear.
Oh no.
What's the damage?
That's the big boy. That's 6 weeks for 6 games.
So if the Wildcats are able to win this and go to the Super Series, they would have to wait until Game 6 in order to get her back.
Well, they would have to win one more, so that would... Oh, but... Okay, no, you're right. I get what you're saying.
I did the math in my head, Whitney. As that one is up the middle from Whitney. Whitney, you were too busy getting a single to realize that I did the math.
Mm-hmm.
Runners out first and second out with 1 out, and here is Alan Hiker. And Hiker off of the glove of Raskeller at third, and Mars gonna come home. Mars also advancing to third. What were they doing? Oh man, Whitney, what were you doing on the base pass there? Got excited to go to third side to go back. It's now 5-1.
He might have been able to make it.
And that one caught by Carl Henry.
Goodness.
Carl Henry has been a defensive beast today, Whitney.
Yeah, he wants that Super Series.
And here's RBI man Bobby Jimbo heading back into the track at the wall. It's out of here. Bobby Jimbo. And what was a 5-0? School's lead is all of a sudden a 1-run game. And Whitney, I need a little bit of a breather.
Eco Island's gonna put this one in the stands. 1-1. Ooh, called strike.
Oh, it was the fact that it put the Wildcats within 1, and also the fact that it was Bobby Jimbo that just sent me into a trance.
Double whammy.
Aggie, you can't have Bobby Jimbo doing that to me. Dash Mega now after the Chico Island single. Wow, getting blown up just as the other counterpart is. This one's going to go right to Botley. Throw the first in time. The Wildcats put up 4 after a Bobby Jimbo 3-run home run. And all of a sudden, this game is getting spicy.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 9.
The Cardiac Cats. And here comes Bailey Curtis out. Walter Hobbs will come in at right. And I mean, if we're being honest here, Whitney, not too shabby of a replacement.
It's all right, but he's Julian Sorelli 2.0. He's got like no contact. The power's good. His speed's all right. He's great defensively. Just the contact, I want to say it's like 25 or something. Like it's rough.
Puppet, are you talking about a postseason game where it was just absolutely crazy? Because I think you're thinking about High Rollers ball players or High Rollers Wildcats maybe.
The right fielder, number 3.
It might have been High Rollers ball players, that one, or it might have been.
Oh yeah, that High Rollers ball players.
Yeah,
that had,
it
like,
was High
10
Rollers
runs for each team, like 3 innings in.
And that were the aces as well. Tipsy Reynolds was in for the High Rollers. For
Yeah,
that
versus
one.
Leonard Northwest.
Biff
That
Hooper
game was
now.
insane.
2 outs, 2-2 count, full count now to Brock Yellow. And he just misses the zone. I mean, I gotta throw out, if you're one of the advantages of being a official SSBL Twitch follower or Prime Gaming Sub, and that's it. Hal Ullman's gonna come in after 1.2 innings. But anyways, here's the ump.
That is a quick pull.
Wildcats not fooling around. They want to get to game 5.
I mean, yeah, but you have to, so it makes sense.
Whitney throw
And
the
you get
first
out of the inning.
in time for a third out. Not nearly as many fireworks in inning number 2, but the big story, of course, Bailey Curtis out, Walter Hobbs in. We'll see him hit after Sorelli here. And then Hooper getting pulled after 1.2 innings of work.
Walter Hobbs, switch hitter, which helps a bit. 61, 25, 88, 75, 78. So pretty good, but that contact is really going to hurt.
And
We'll
here
see if
is Walter Hobbs.
See if that switch hitting can buy him a few.
Tamayo gave off a single to Jillian Sorelli. Hobbs, the former Super Series champion with the Lumberjacks. And he jacks this one right past the glove of Raskeller. Munnard will head. Jillian Sorelli is heading to third. And he rounded the corner even. Jillian Sorelli. Woody Walker may be old iron balls, but Sorelli might need to be checked because she's got some too. It's a double for Walter Hobbs. Runners on second and third, no outs here. And here is Game 3 hero Rustin Baldwin.
Oh, took a big hack there.
1-2 count. Fouls that one back. Swing! And a miss. He got running up there. Baldwin sits down, and here comes my color commentator, Whitney, up to bat. One out, runners on second and third.
The two people who you don't expect to get base hits, and the one that you think should strikes out. Look.
Here is Whitney. That's a highly
run.
That was a great hit ball by Whitney. Had plenty of topspin and bounce, and all of a sudden, it's a tie game. 5-5, runner on third, 2 outs, and here is Alan Hiker.
Not the best, but it got the runner in. That's what you needed.
And not the best here, as that one's right to the glove of Carl Henry. Wildcats get one, though, and we're heading to the top of the third. Brainstorm Henry Maniac due up for the Skulls. Now, Walter Hobbs, former Lumberjack, still has the potential to advance to the Super Series. Are there any Lumberjacks who are now on either the Skulls, Wildcats, or Retrievers? As that's a beanball to
really
Denver
not
Brainstorm, and that's on Al Oldman. We'll see if that affects his mojo.
It'll be tense.
He's gonna be tense, and that's not good.
That's an instant down to tense in this game. I don't think it was automatic in 2, but in 3, that's instantly down to tense, and that is huge because he is just now getting in here, and he needs to bounce back from that, or else he's going to lose a couple innings.
Well, he bounced back there as he rings up Carl Henry. Here comes Ricky Maniac. Maya Serenity, who is she's also with the Wildcats.
Yep.
That might be it. As that one is right to Oldman. Throw to first in time. Great job by Hal Oldman there. And here is Wiley Intense. He had the 3-run shot that at the time seemed to put this game at a manageable distance for the Skulls. Wildcats have scored 5 unanswered. 2 outs, runner on second. This one deep into left center. Waving off and making the catch is Chico Island. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Fury, Bobby Jimbo, Chico Island due up for the Wildcats.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Yeah, I don't see any other Lumberjacks anywhere else.
Emmett Fury, hard hit ball out to right, and that goes right to the glove of Brock Yellow for out number 1. Here comes the man of the other, Bobby Jimbo. 1 for 1 with a home run. That was a 3 RBI home run. So just to let everyone know, regardless of, well, actually not regardless of, as he gets rung up there, Bobby Jimbo goes down. We will have, if the Wildcats win this game here, we will have Game 5 tonight. So we will not have any games tomorrow. Which means to everyone watching that they'll want to tune in next Tuesday for the Super Series Day 1. It will be Retrievers versus either the Skulls or Wildcats. Swing and a miss. He goes down.
Ugly swing there.
Rang up there, and we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Rascal and Morgan Bali. Who would you give the edge to right now, Whitney?
In the epic?
In this game right now, who would you give the edge to?
Oh, in this game right now. That's tough.
Swing and a miss. He goes down, rung up there.
I might tip my hand to the Skulls. They're not in their bullpen yet. Tamayo's kind of bounced back a bit. Oldman's already in here. He's at least bounced back from the B ball, is back to neutral. But they're gonna have to turn it to someone else unless he just really chews through innings.
Ullman makes the catch there for out number 2. Dean brings up that Skulls have Dante Smalls, although we saw what happened to Dante Smalls last game. Bellum and Bodley back to the top of the order, 0 for 2 so far today. Pops this one up into shallow center and running about 5 miles to grab it from short is Whitney for out number 3. But to the bottom of the 4th, Bango, Sorelli, Walter Hobbs due up for the Wildcats as it's a tie 5-5 game. Tamayo, though, is at 52 pitches. Obviously, the Wildcats, it's a hit and miss because they'd love to get into the bullpen. This is a deep into right, but caught right in front of the warning track for out number 1. It's a double-edged sword, Whitney, because they'd like to get into the bullpen, but they also wouldn't want to face Dante Smalls.
Yeah, but getting him out here as fast as they can is huge, due to them what they're doing to Oldman, chewing through him a little bit and then get to like a Bubba McLay or Ahi Jugo.
As he rung him up there. And Tamayo will sit down. Dante Smalls gets the call after just 3.2 innings. Tamayo, I don't think he was even tense anymore. He was only at 60 pitches.
He had bounced back decently. That's really surprising.
This is a Blake Snell move. This is 3rd time through the order. Get him out. Dante Smalls does get the out. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Yellow Shaw Brainstorm due up for the Skulls.
Number 3.
Brock Yellow, 2 walks. Right to Whitney, throw to first in time for out number 1. Here comes Kip Shaw. He had the 2-run shot to first put the Skulls ahead in the 1st inning. Again, the Wildcats have scored 5 unanswered. 2-1 count. Swung at a low ball. That one's going to get through. Nice work by Shaw to dig in and get himself a single. And now here comes Denver Brainstorm. He got hit last time up by Hal Ullman. What are the odds that Hal Ullman beanballs him again?
It would prove to be unwise.
Two 2-1 popped up, and the foul territory here is very, very small. That will get out. 2-2. Misses outside, full count. And that one right to Fury. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. The 4-6-3 Dragon Special. Wildcats get out of a jam. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Baldwin, Whitney, Hiker due up against Dante Smalls.
Time to do some damage for the Wildcats. Gotta get to him.
Dante Smalls really has been the Peach Dropkin of the Skulls this season. That's right to Botley. Throw to first in time for out number 1. But so now that we're already at Dante Smalls, now that we're already at Hal Oldman, and we're just getting into the bottom of the 5th inning, Whitney, can you talk about like the bullpens of both of these sides going past this inning?
The leftover pitchers for the Skulls are Ahi Jugo, a former overdraft, Jonathan Midfield, and Bubba McLay. Jugo is probably the best option, McLay second. You don't want Midfield to ever come into a game ever. 20, 32, 76. Then for the Wildcats, it goes Fanny Minshew, Rin, and then Maya Serenity. I think. What was the 4 for the Wildcats? I can't remember.
That would be Hickman, as that one's right to the glove of Morgoon for the second out.
Oh, we're at 4 right now. I'm an idiot.
Oh no, not Hickman. Hickman is
A retriever.
Hickman is a retriever. It's Hooper. Hooper was the number 4. As that one gets to the right side. And
Oh
here
boy,
is
Jimbo.
Bobby Jimbo. Runners
Scoring
on
position.
first and second. 2 outs here. Lines to the right side. That gets through. Martin will come home. Brockell guns it down to home. Not in time. The Wildcats take the lead, Whitney.
They're doing what they need to, getting to Dante Smalls.
Runners on first and third now for Chico Island. Wildcats are finding a way against the giant arm of Dante Smalls. Runners will take out for second. Throw not in time. Bobby Jimbo. He's a Steeler and he's on. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. He got rung up there. But the Wildcats get one. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 6-5 Wildcats lead.
Gotta protect the plate there.
Here's Scott Henry. Howellman about to throw his 40th pitch. That's right to Rustin Ballman. Throw to first in time. Well, if you're the Wildcats, you hate to see Oldman come in so early, but he's been able to manage his pitch count relatively well so far.
Yeah, the only real hiccup was that hit by pitch, and he's been able to recover fairly decently.
And this one is jacked, heading deep at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-6 game.
And there's Rick Maniac.
Doing Rick Maniac things. There is no jinxing, Aggie. There's only rigging. Wily intense. That's hold on. This is a name for a player. And that's up the middle, past the glove of Oldman. So Oldman gives up a home run, and then Wily attempts gets on. It is the bottom of the order, so here is Randy Raskeller, 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, it's now a tie, 6-6 game. Trying to steal second, and the hit and run works out. Runner will advance to second. Runners on first and second for Dinklage Morgoon. And if they can get Morgoon to get on base, all of a sudden the Skulls have the top of the order, Whitney.
Just anything but a grounded double play for the Skulls. And with Dinklage's speed, I think he could beat most out.
1-2 count to Dinklage Morgoon. Pops this one out to the left side. That will get down safely foul. Watches the ball at eye level. 2-2 swung on. Infield fly called. Coming in from third and making the catches, Rustin Ballman for out number 2. So here is the top of the Skulls order. Benjamin Botley is 0 for 3. Would love to get his first hit of the game here. Great opportunity for the Skulls as it's a tie game.
This high pressure situation has really drained the stamina from Hal Oldman.
60th pitch from the long reliever is in for a strike. 2-2 count. 2 outs, runners on first and second here in the top of the 6th. And he rang him up. Hal Oldman gets himself out of a jam.
Oh.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 4.
Dash Bengo to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. On the right side, and Brockell is going to get there. I just now realized what Aggie means by 6-6-6. 6 runs for each team in the 6th inning. I was like, where was that coming from? That one on the right side, and I was just going to say foul. Dante Smalls still reaches out. Sorelli to the left side, off of the glove of Morgoon, who has not had a great fielding day between game 3 and this game here.
2 hits for Sorelli.
And Walter Hobbs is coming out.
Oh, wow.
Here's Matthias Ritchie. So
Where they
the
plan to replace
Wildcats
him.
opting for the walk-off hitter, and that was just foul.
That's pretty early. I don't know who they have to replace him in the outfield.
Maybe trying to see if they can recreate that Game 3 magic here. 2-2 count, runner on first, one out here in the bottom of the sixth. This one jacked and just barely misses it, and that one will get out foul.
Are they going to put Richie behind the plate and then have Cirelli play outfield?
Swing and a miss. He got rung up there. He walked it off in Game 3, does nothing there. And here comes Rustin Baldwin.
I agree with that. I don't like that pinch hit situation.
Into center. That one's going to get down. Kipshaw, fantastic to prevent the run from scoring. But Roy's on first and third. And here you are, Whitney. In a clutch situation, Dante Smalls is pulled. Bubba McLeay will come in for Dante Smalls. And all of a sudden, this momentum is looking spicy for the Wildcats.
McLeay did all right in the last game. Instantly in a high-pressure situation right away.
3-1 count. Misses the zone. Whitney will advance to first. Bases will be loaded with 2 outs for who else but Alan Hiker.
He can make up for a lot of nothing so far in this series with a 1-base hit.
Bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, Game 4. Wildcats need to win this. Of course, Game 5. And this is jacked, heading into right field, but just in front of the track. And the Wildcats will leave 3 runners in scoring, or 3 runners on the bases. Led to the top of the 7th inning, and once again, Hiker fails. So we'll see where the defensive move is. Florence Bauer will come in at right. Do we know the hitting stats for Florence Bauer?
14, 59, 68, 69, 61.
Right, so it's for out number 1.
It's all around kind of, yeah.
Wildcats gambled on Richie. Didn't win it, had a great opportunity to take the lead, and now Kipshaw at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. Kipshaw with his second long ball of the game. That one nearly went into orbit, and it's 7-6 Skulls.
475. That might be the longest of the season.
Kipshaw the madman, and now Howellman with his 69 pitch rings up Denver Brainstorm. And that will most likely be it for Ullman. No, they're going to keep him in. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. And now 70-plus pitches for the long reliever. He is running on fumes, and that one's going to get down for a single. We are in Tiger Den.
No speed on Henry.
Henry now at first, and here comes home run hitter Rick Maniac. We've seen a ton of home runs today, and that will do for Ullman, and in comes Fanny Minshew. How do you feel about this move?
Going to the rookie. We've seen the game trend to Fanny Minshew early in the pin. I don't quite know why, but here we are nonetheless.
Big chance for the rookie to make a name for herself here. Wildcats need to get out of this jam. And he rings him up. The rookie with ice cold veins strikes out. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Season 5 Epic Conference Finals. Fisak on the call, joined by Whitney. Want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub if you have a spare one lying around. And if not, make sure you're part of the Discord. Join in all the shenanigans as we're heading to the Super Series. Next week, it'll be the winner of this series versus the Retrievers. McClay will walk Fury start things off. Wildcats need to win here to force a Game 5, and here comes Bobby Jimbo, and he's locked in, Whitney.
Or if they steal to get him that extra boost.
And this one is jacked, heading deep to the track at the wall, and just off of the car at the wall. Runner is going to come home. The throw from Margoon, not in time, and it's a tie game. Bobby Jimbo. What can't the man do?
The roller coaster of Bobby Jimbo.
This one is going into center. Kipshaw is there, and it will be caught for out number 1.
Oh.
Bobby Jimbo might be having the game of his career right now, and that's saying something.
I mean, without a doubt.
Wasn't he picked in this? Isn't he a rookie? Or was
Yeah.
he the
He's a
rookie? What round was he drafted in, Aggie?
Yeah, Aggie will probably find that quicker than I can.
Dash Mayo now with the runner on second.
He was a first rounder, 16th overall.
The first rounder coming in clutch and with Fanny Minshew as well, doing the ice cold veins to end the top of the 7th. And he gets right up there. Bobby
At the
McClay.
knees.
This game, I mean, game 3 of this series was intense. This game has escalated to a whole nother level, Whitney.
Can Cirelli be a hero? Sure, he has 2 hits on the night.
And a reminder, it's not Bailing Curtis, it's not Walter Hobbs, it's Bauer who comes up after Cirelli.
Oh, that's brutal.
3-1 count. 7-7-7, as Aggie says. Finds his own, full count, 2 outs. Plenty of speed from Bobby Jimbo, and Cirelli will be walked. So we'll see what the Wildcats do here. Here is Florence Bauer,
There's not much left on that bench.
and they're going to
Especially
let her
that could-
hit.
To play outfield, like,
They'll check on the runner at second. This one hit into right, going deep and caught at the track by Brock Yellow. And folks, if you're thinking about tuning away, what is wrong with you? We're heading to the top of the 8th inning. Win or go home for the Wildcats. And it's a 7-7 game, and here is Wiley Intense.
2 more power and that bounces off the wall.
But we saw, and as that one's going to get through for a leadoff steal, we saw in game 3, Morgoon, who was tense, had nothing but a square inch of power and was able to get it off the wall, and that tied up the game. Of course, the walk-off home run from Richie gave the Wildcats that game 3 win, and then Minshew, oh, that's a fantastic catch, and they get the double play! Alan Hiker dives, makes the grab, and steps on the bag, and 2 are gone in the top of the 8th.
It's the best thing Hiker's done this series.
0-2 count to the Dinklage Morgoon.
Man, she's got a freaking fastball and a half.
Cirelli, though to first in time for out number 3, an unconventional 1-2-3, but we're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Wildcats have a chance to pull ahead here with the top of the order to force a game 5. They lost the first 2 games. The first one handily, the second one, it was 8-2. They came back to score 4 more and then missed the opportunity to go ahead. Lost that game 8-6. Win game 1 with a walk-off Richie home run in game 3. And now here in game 4 with a full count, Rustin Baldwin, the hero of game 3, is up to bat. And he wins that right to Raskeller, throw to first in time for out number 1. And Whitney, that was a dramatic camera angle for you. And McClay will come out, and here is Aya Hugo, maybe the best option for the Skulls here, Whitney.
Yeah, that remains.
And Whitney hits this into left center, and that nearly got out. That ball carried. Of course, it is a single because we are in Tiger Den. And here is Alan Hiker. Alan Hiker is old, right?
Yes, he's
Alan Hiker
OG
gets
Wildcat.
that up the middle. The old man got the double play, and the old man puts runners on first and second with 1 out. And here comes Emmett Fury.
Also an OG Wildcat. Oh,
Foul off the left side. As you can tell from Whitney's voice, that could have been dangerous. Lots of velocity and accuracy for Ahe Hugo. This one fouled off to the right. We'll do a 2-2. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Tie ball game at 7 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pressure has been at 4 for, I feel like, the past 3 innings. And Fury is walked. And that will bring up
oh my
who
God!
else but the locked-in RBI man, Bobby Jimbo, who is a triple away from the cycle. And we may be in Tiger Den, but this is game 4 of the Epic Finals. Bobby Jimbo! Oh, and that
my
was
goodness.
close. 1-2 count to Bobby Jimbo. Swings that one up the middle, and that gets off the glove of Morgoon. Runner will come home, and the Wildcats take the lead.
How did Morgoon miss that?
Morgoon's
under him.
defensive struggles continue, and that brings up Chico Island, 1 out. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Ahe Hugo is tense.
Even a sac fly makes it 2 runs.
That one gets by. Runner's gonna come home. Throws in time, and he's caught in a pickle. He's got nowhere to go, and a base running gap. He can't go back to third. Oh, a base running gap for the Wildcats, and it's
That's
now
the second time this series that they have done something like that.
popped up behind the plate, and Maniac makes the catch. So it's just 1 run, but if you're keeping track, because there's been a lot, it's a 1-run game. Wildcats are 3 outs away from forcing a game 5. That one gets up the middle, caught by Fury. They'll throw to first in time for out number 1, which brings up Brock Yellow. Wildcats 2 outs away from pulling off what could be one of the most memorable comebacks we've seen this season to force a game 5. Baleen Curtis died for this. Brock Yellow to Fury, the throw to first in time for out number 2, and 1 out away from game 5. And who else but the locked-in Kip Shaw? He's already got 2 home runs today.
You intentionally walk him? Oh, they're going after him.
And Kip Shaw
Oh,
pops
wow.
up into shallow left center. Whitney is there, and the Wildcats force a game 5. We're not done yet. Whitney, what did we just see?
I don't know. You need to give Aggie a few minutes if he wants to change his lineup with what's her face dead.
Absolutely, Aggie. We'll take a long commercial break. Go ahead and look at the free agency. Look at anything that you want to do. We'll go ahead and banter on here, and then we'll take a break. I'm already losing my voice. 8-7, and I mean, Whitney, it just felt like, I mean, honestly, at every turn of this game, these teams went toe to toe. Look at that box score.
Yeah, that was gutsy performance for the Wildcats, being able to lose Hooper after only going 1 1/3, giving the ball over to Oldman, who was able to fight back from being tense against this lineup, and still Wildcats finding a way to win the game.
Incredible performance from the Wildcats to battle back from controversy. Richie not able to contribute for him, but it was one man. And if you don't know his name, let me tell you, it's Bobby Jimbo, the
6
rookie,
RBIs.
the number 16 overall pick. I mean, he's the player of the game. I mean, we might as well just say that. But
and a half, like,
Kip,
golly.
you gotta give the nod to Kip Shaw. 2 home run game. He kept the Skulls in this. Wildly Intense hit above his pay grade as well. Fanny Minshew, the rookie, gets the
Wow.
win. Ahe Hugo will get the loss. And your players of the game, Bobby Jimbo, 4 for 5, a home run, a double, 2 singles. He didn't get the triple. Let's get to the Bingata, and we'll see if he can do that. 6 RBI, a run. Oh, and he stole a base along with it. All is the same. Kip Shaw and Wildly Intense. Speaking of intense, if you're looking for SSBL postseason action, you're watching it right here. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we've got Game 5 Epic Conference Finals. Who moves on to face the Retrievers? Don't go anywhere. You're watching the official SSBL right here on Twitch. All right, we're in a 3-minute ad break.
After the 3-run shot from Intense, it was 5-0. Like, okay, well, we're just this is over, and that was impressive and a half. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, I can. Okay. Readier for bailing curve. posted the new team packet and what he's used for the lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Game 5 of the Epic Conference Finals. The Skulls were dominant in Games 1 and 2, but in Game 2, something happened, Whitney. You know what happened? In Game 2, all of a sudden the Wildcats were starting to find their way a little bit. Dante Smalls wasn't looking so hot. And all of a sudden, in Games 3 and 4, the Wildcats are now alive. The Cardiac Cats are alive. Whitney, break this down. What are we going to see in game number 5? Well, let's go ahead and make our way to the Bingata Bowl. Game 5, action. You could be anywhere else, but you're here. Let's get things going. And let's make sure that I, number 1, turn the music off, and number 2, I share my screen with Whitney. Oh, I have muted you, Whitney?
Right fielder, number 14.
There you go, Whitney. Why don't you as that one is immediately rocketed into center as we got our first look at Gabe Ruddier, who has come in. All right, so I did that big thing. Guys, just let's go ahead and talk about this first before we talk about this game. After the conclusion of last game, I was so excited afterwards that I unplugged my internet, which is why the stream ended. This one is to Botley, throw to second in time, throw to first in time. Dragon special for the Skulls. 2 gone here. So getting that out of the way. So we're running here on what we can. So as I so well teed it off, and teed off again. Game 1, Skulls are dominant. Game 2, Skulls are dominant for 90% of the game. And then something happened, and the Wildcats started to come alive. They didn't finish it. And in games 3 and 4, they have come out of nowhere. So, Whitney, now that you can talk, what can we expect from this game as you get on base with a single right in front of Brock Yellow?
It's going to come down to these aces. Both these aces they didn't have bad games, but they didn't dominate either. It's a chance for these aces to come back and lead their team to a pennant and to a chance to win a Super Series title.
Well, the winner of this game will face the Retrievers in the Super Series. As when he said it is, as that's a diving attempt by Fury, just goes over the glove. Bobby Jimbo was there to settle that one in, the hero of game number 4. Winner of this game will face the Retrievers in the Super Series next Tuesday. Again, a potential for next Tuesday is that one's going to get in front of Gabe Reddier. Throw into Whitney. Runners on first and second now with nobody out, and here is Kip Shaw. I want to ask you a question, Whitney, but let's see Kip Shaw first. As he swings at an 0-1, pops it up, infield fly. Whitney there to grab it. So one thing that could potentially happen next week is the least of the best and the best of the least. That is the Minors Championship winner versus the worst team in the SSBL. We're hoping that can be the teaser to the Super Series, and that way the Super Series is also then therefore guaranteed to go 2 days. As Brainstorm is at a 2-2. Bob, this one, this is heading deep, heading into right center field, and that ball's gonna get down, and the Skulls are going to take a 2-0 lead here in Game 5. But all this leads me to a different question for you, Whitney. So, Bailey Curtis is out. In comes Gabe Reddier. What does this move mean for the Wildcats? What does Gabe Reddier not have that Bailey Curtis has, as that's going to be a single for Kyle Henry?
The bat isn't quite as good. Let's see, Gabe Reddier, 63, 41, 55, 60, 99. But Bailey Curtis, 83, 54, 69. So a bit of discipline at the plate, lacks a bit, but you don't lose much everywhere else.
It was a hit and run attempt right to the glove of Becky Madison, turns into a 1-6-3 Dragon special. Well, to the top of the second, Skulls have a 2-0 lead. Here is Emmett Fury. Bruce Hot Mike. The ace gets the call for the Skulls. I mean, regardless of the way this game goes, you have to give it up for the Wildcats. With their backs against the wall, they did what the Lumberjacks did it, which is come back and tie up the series. And here is Bobby Jimbo. He's a little bit of a batter here and there on occasion. Very close to having a cycle last game, as close as you can be in Tiger Den.
We've ridden the roller coaster of Bobby Jimbo this series. What Bobby Jimbo are we going to get here in winter go home?
Hold on, I got something. If you can't handle me at my hold on, I need a second. If you can't handle me at my Bobby Jim worst, then you don't get me at my Bobby Jim best.
Jeez.
Chico Island is here to save my horrible joke. 1-2, runner on first. As Bobby Jimbo was on base. 2-2. Chico Island right past the glove of Carl Henry. We see some great plays from a lot of teams at first today. And Carl Henry will settle underneath that for out number 2. And here is Dash Banco. Bobby Jimbo's a stealer. We'll see if they try and have him go. Right to Botley, throw the first in time. They go down way to the bottom of the second here. Bottom of the second inning. Skulls lead 2-0. Both of these teams fighting for a chance to get to the Super Series. Have either team been to the Super Series?
No.
Be a first Super Series appearance for both. 2-2 count to Wildly Intense. And Intense right to the glove of Hiker. Throw to first in time. Hiker had a fantastic play, Whitney, last game to grab the ball in the air in a dive and step on the bag to get the double play.
Basically landed on the plate. Or the bag, I should say.
1-2 to Raskeller here, and he jacks this, and that's right to the glove of Emmett Fury. Phenomenal catch there. And here is Dinklage Morgoon. And that's right to Rustin Baldwin. 1-2-3, we head to the top of the third inning. Sorelli, and then top of the order, due up for the Wildcats. This game not as exciting of a start as game 4. Sorelli has been hitting pretty well today. And that's not going to be one of them, as that's right to Henry. Throw to first. And oh, no!
Oh!
Oh, no! Bruce Hot Mike can't get the slow heat from Carl Henry. And Sorelli is aboard with an error.
We had the Hiker error last game. I wonder if this error will come back to hunt the Skulls.
Rascalet will catch that in foul territory for out number 1. Here is Rustin Baldwin now. Rustin Baldwin, hero of game 3, as a runner will take off for second and then run. Wait,
Perfectly.
Someone clip that. Someone clip what Dinklage Morgoon just did. That is going to be an RBI double, and the Wildcats are on the board. I'm telling you, someone needs to clip that because Morgoon was heading to the bag, and he about Superman backwards trying to get it. I'm not even kidding. That was ridiculous.
I think the more surprising thing from that play is Julian Sorelli scored from first.
Julian Sorelli, the speedster, as we all know. And that one goes off of the glove of Rick Miniak and heading back to second now. Whitney. Not the color commentator, but the player. Facing a full count. Right to Morgoon. This time he doesn't float into the trans dimension. Instead, throws the first for the out. Turns out a first baseman is a much better first baseman at catching a ball thrown to him than a pitcher. And the error does come back to bite them.
Yep.
As Sorelli scores, still 2-1. Runner on second, 2 outs for Alan Hiker. He has not been hitting well at all. 2-2 count. And he strikes out! Got rung up there by a curveball that apparently dropped 50 miles. I mean, that
how
deserves...
was that a strike?
That deserves an ump. And if you want that great emoticon, well then maybe you just want to send a Prime Gaming sub our way. You'll get access to that emoticon. That's right to the glove of Whitney. Throw to first. Not in time! Beat out by Bemmerman Botley. Here's Brocchiello now. Right to the glove of Hiker. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. And the 3-6-3 Dragon Special goes through. And here's Kip Shaw. He had 2 home runs last game. Not a lot to look at for the Skulls in games 3 and 4, but Kip Shaw has been a little bit of a highlight. And that one right to the glove of Baldwin. Nice work there from the third baseman. An unconventional 1-2-3, but they go down, heading to the top of the 4th inning. Wildcats down by 1. Fury, Bobby Jimbo, and Chico Island due up.
The second baseman, number 31.
I think one thing is for certain, Whitney, and that's that we are seeing some of the best of the SSBL right now. As here is Bobby Jimbo. I'm sorry, Bobby Jimbo.
Without a doubt, the Wildcats definitely came back after those first 2 games, and they got a fire lit under them. They're down one of their better players, but, you know, to be a good team, you've got to be able to advance. There's no lion team, and all those superlatives.
I mean, the Retrievers are a living example of getting past despite injuries. Without Crew Hart for a lot of the season, they've lost numerous players to injury, and they've pitched their ticket to the Super Series, and now either one of these teams could be heading there in 5 innings. Again, a reminder, Super Series will take place next Tuesday and Wednesday. Still up in the air about if the best of the least and least of the best battle will happen on Tuesday, but we'll sure to let everyone know in the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord, make sure that you join. Walk there, puts a runner on, and here is Carl Henry. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there. And the pitchers are looking pretty good right now, Whitney.
Yeah, Becky Mess's off speeds are absolutely nasty so far tonight. She's working her curveball and her slider and her screwball really nicely tonight.
Bobby Jimbo able to catch the ball there in center. The minor league champions Spartans versus the Gauchos, and we'll have a decision on that pretty soon because obviously both Large Marge and Squared will need to set their lineups for that. Spartan will take off for a second, and this one is bombed deep, heading back to the track at the wall and cut for out number 3 by Bobby Jimbo. That ball looked, to give you some context, I was pulling up Discord, about to switch to the Super Sim Baseball Discord, going to the Home Run Songs channel, and about to play the home run song because I thought that one was gone. Also, if you are a fan of the SSBL, looks like we've got Squared, Aggie, Puppet, and Dean all in the SSBL watch party. Looks like they're all joining in. Here is Jillian Sorelli, 1 out. You guys better not be talking crap about us in that chat, by the way. Whitney and I are a team. And Sorelli hits that right to Carl Henry for out number 2.
Carl Henry's like, screw it, I'm doing it myself this time.
Carl Henry has learned his lesson from trusting Bruce Hot Mike, who is neutral. 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. It's still charged an earned run to him though, right? Because he was the one who committed the error.
I've talked about this in earlier streams because I was asking the same thing when it was Steelflex who did a similar thing. He had an error and that runner ended up scoring, and I would figure it would still be an earned run, but I don't know the rules of baseball that well to know one way or another.
If I go back to my baseball stats days when I was working in D2 baseball, I'm pretty sure it's still an earned run.
I mean, it would make sense since it was his fault.
Rustin Baldwin now with 2 outs, runner on first, facing a 1-2 count against a neutral Bruce Hot Mike, already at 76 pitches. That's actually a lot. That's not great for him. Full count, 2 outs, runner will take off for a second. This one is hit deep into left, tracking and caught by Wiley Intense for out number 3. We've had a couple of those this game where the ball is hit deep. And
it just kind of hung up there, that one.
The definition of a Bingata ball. Brings up Becky Mess now with Ernie Vascular.
Is that only 44 for Mess?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Whitney, to talk about the fact that you've got Bruce Hot Mike, who's almost hitting 80. And then you got Becky Mess only at 45 here, and consequently locked in, despite the fact that she has 2 earned runs.
That's pretty big. I mean, if Mess could outlast Hot Mike, I mean, we've seen the Wildcats get to Smalls the last 2 games.
Full count to the Jinklage Morgoon, and he gets right up there. He looks to the ref, and the umpire goes, "No sirree, I gotta rev up this lawnmower because you're out of there." Beverman Botley now 2 for 2, 2 singles, having a much better game compared to a lot of games this series. Maybe it's because he heard that I no longer hate his name. Right back to Becky Mess. And right to Hiker for out number 3. We're heading to the top of the 6th inning. Still just a 1-run game. Whitney, Allen Hiker, Emma Fury in winner go home. Epic conference finals action.
Number 5.
This one jacked by Whitney into center. Kipshaw's there for out number 1. Brings up Allen Hiker.
Number 22.
Hiker not hitting to his potential. Would like to see him get some action here. You know, especially Whitney for a number 4 hitter as well. This one is into center and caught by Kipshaw for out number 2.
Kipshaw just can cover a lot of ground.
And Bruce Hot Mike will come out, and here comes Dante Smalls. The battle we have been talking about. Phase 1 has started as here comes Dante Smalls.
A couple of quick pulls in back-to-back games definitely blew up in their face last game. See if it fares any better here.
Well, to be fair, Hot Mike was edging on nearly 90 pitches.
That is true. But he still had a decent amount of stamina left.
Well, so far it's not looking great as Dante Smalls he's been struggling with his accuracy so far today. And it brings up the man, the enigma, the number 16 pick in the season 5 draft, Bobby Jimbo.
Be interested if they steal to get his RBI man active.
2-1 count to Jimbo. 2-2
Too much
now.
velocity. Too much velocity on Smalls though.
Full count, 2 outs, runner will go at first. The pitch, it's inside, a diving attempt by Botley, and heading to third is Emmett Fury. Bobby Jimbo, that's
There's
what's needed.
There's that Achilles heel showing again.
First and third, here is Chico Island. This one is jacked, heading deep and at the track and catching it is Brock Yellow for out number 3. We've seen lots of potential, and so far nothing's come through. Right into the bottom of the 6th inning. You know, that's what's interesting is it felt like both teams have been so close to really pulling ahead or getting back into the game, but we've had no run scored since the top of the 2nd inning, Whitney.
Yeah, the pitchers have kept it quiet.
Into right and caught by Reddier for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 32.
Here is Kipshaw. Right to Whitney, throw to first, in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
Here is Denver Brainstorm.
MVP of the game so far.
Two 2-1 count to Brainstorm. Dribbler, picked up by Fury, throw to first, in time for the 3rd out. We're gonna head to the top of the 7th. This game is going by fast. It's a 2-1 Skulls lead. Skulls 9 defensive outs away from marking their ticket to the Super Series. Into right. Grabbed by Brock Yellow for out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 4.
One 2 count to Jillian Sorelli, just foul down the line. This one is jacked by
Oh my
Sorelli.
God.
This is heading into right center, and that will be extra bases for Jillian Sorelli. It's only going to be 2 because, I mean, it's Jillian Sorelli. But Sorelli now is aboard. And here comes Gabe Reddier,
Fielder, number 14.
the replacement for the injured Bailey Curtis, and that one's going to get through. And the Wildcats are going to tie the game at 2. Reddier comes in for the injured Bailey Curtis, and he gets an RBI double, and it's a 2-2 game.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 30.
Rustin Baldwin. Quickly 3-0
zone.
from Dante Smalls.
Oh,
Finds the zone there. Full count now to Rustin Baldwin. Swings at it, and that one's gonna get through into
got
left.
some
While
speed.
Intense is gonna throw into home, and that's gonna score!
Wow!
He's safe, and the Wildcats take a 3-2 lead in Game 4. And the comeback has now come full circle, as that one is deep into center. Kip Shaw will catch. Runner thought about third and then realized it was Kip Shaw there. But Whitney, the Wildcats are now ahead. It's only by 1 run, but they have come from 2 games down to now they're in charge of their destiny to get into the Super Series.
And they're doing it against their former teammate. Dante Smalls has choked this one down the stretch.
3-1 count. Dante Smalls is tense. And a walk for Hiker. Runners on first and second now, and here's Emmett Fury. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Wildcats have taken a 3-2 lead. Down by 1. They find the answers.
Go.
Emmett Fury just missing that one. 1-2 count now. Just misses the outside there. And he is right up there. Emmett Fury caught looking. We're heading to the 7th inning stretch. 5 sack on the call with you this evening, joined by Whitney. Want to thank you for tuning in for the conference finals. It's been great having you. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub if you have a spare one lying around. But regardless, make sure you're part of the Discord, where one of the advantages is you get to join in on watch parties. Because we got Square, Dean, Aggie. They're all watching the game right now. That could be you. And that one is jacked though, heading deep to the track at the wall. It's out of here. And we are tied up at 3 again, Whitney.
I was gonna say that last pitch was the best pitch I think Smalls has thrown all night. I was gonna say Wildcats are in good shape here with Mess going the way she was, and then still have Hal Oldman in the pin, but just as quickly we're back at a tie ball game.
Becky Mess is now neutral, and she rang him up there. Becky Mess has pitched 6.1 innings, and she's not slowing down. She's back to locked in after giving up the tying home run. The pressure is high, though.
Wait, who hit the home run?
Who hit the home run? It was one Carl Henry.
Oh, okay. I thought it was this guy. I thought it was Intense.
No, and that's to Chico Island, so now Intense is on, and Becky Mess will go back down to neutral. We'll see how long they stick with her. They've got Ullman in the pin. Runner will take out for a second, right to Hiker. He steps on the back for out number 2, and the hit and run works out, as that was spelling disaster for the Skulls. So now a runner in scoring position for Jadinklage Morgoon. He had a hit in game 3 to tie it up in the 9th. And this one is going to go right to Reddier for out number 3. We're heading to the top of the 8th inning. It's a tie ball game. Bobby Jimbo, Chico Island, and Josh Bango do up. Jimbo 2 singles so far this game.
You don't have all-star Jimbo, but you don't have 0 for 6 Jimbo, so you definitely take the middle ground here and be happy with it.
1-2 count to Bobby Jimbo, and swings on this one right to the glove of Botley for out number 1. Brings up Chico Island, and that will do it for Dante Smalls, and in comes Ahe Hugo. And Ahe Hugo gives up a hit to the first batter that he sees. I'll bring up Dash Bango, who is tense.
That's the thing. Once you get past Smalls, it kind of gets dicey. We haven't seen much of Hugo all season, really. Like, only really kind of seen him towards the trail end of the season when that patch came out, and we started to see more relievers other than just the best come out. We would see a variety.
Well, Dash Bango is no longer tense as he loops a single into right. Brings up Jillian Sorelli, who's 1 for 3 with a double.
Oh. She
has scored 2 runs this game, if you can believe it. Swing and a miss. She gets swung up there. Hugo refines his place, and here comes Gabe Renner. He's got a double single, and that will do it for
Oh.
Chico Island. Walter
Pinch
Hobbs
runner.
will pinch run at second, and the pressure is through the roof. Runner will take out for third. The throw to third in time. Gun down. They bring him in to steal, and he gets caught.
That was so
Wildcats.
close. I thought he might have gotten under that, but just got, wow.
Jimbo will move into left. Walter Hobbs will move into center. How do you feel about that move?
It's gutsy. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, Jugo had given up 2 hits from 3 batters, so try and keep him kind of sweating things, but you take that out of the equation.
Right back to Becky Mess, who is into the 8th inning now.
And honestly, like, you didn't need to, because I like the pinch run idea with 2 outs. Like, that's a great call because, I mean, a base hit with 2 outs, you're running on contact anyway, so he would have scored if it gets put into play. So I don't love that decision to steal there, because I don't think you need to, because he's got a ton of speed. That's
Becky
not good.
Mess will walk Brock Yellow. And here comes Kip Shaw. We'll see if they keep her in. And that will do it. And Rin Tosaka is
Rin.
going to get the call. Whitney, what do you think of this?
That's dumb.
Kip Shaw. 0
I
for
don't
3, and this one is jacked, heading into right center, and that one's gonna get down, and the Skulls are going to take a 4-3 lead. Kip Shaw is gonna run, and he's safely into third, and the Skulls are back on top. Denver brainstorm now as the Skulls are back in charge of their destiny. Right back to Hiker, steps on the bag for out number 2. The infield was in. And here comes Carl Henry. He's got a home run and a single. The Skulls will look, and they are going to walk Carl Henry.
Probably should have walked Kip Shaw.
Instead, Henry gets the walk, and it brings up a tense 0 for 3 Rick Maniac. Runners on first and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. It's been a back and forth affair. Wildcats took game 3 4-3. Skulls now lead game 5 4-3. And a 4-pitch walk. That one looks pretty close to me. Calls it outside, and bases are now loaded for Wiley Intense. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. Skulls have a 1-run lead. 1 swing away from putting this game out of hand. And that one's going to get Whitney. Fantastic dive. Throw to first in time. Whitney has made countless defensive plays today, and he makes another there. But the Skulls are 3 outs away from punching their ticket into the Super Series. It'll be the top of the order for the Wildcats. 1-2 count. Ahe Hugo in to replace Dante Smalls. This one is jacked deep by Reddier, heading into right, and that's off the pass glove of Brock Yellow. That's gonna be a double, a leadoff double for Gabe Reddier. And the Wildcats, the Cardiac Cats, have life.
The third baseman, number 30.
Rustin Baldwin, hero of game 3. Runner on second, no outs. And when he nearly had that one.
Oh, it froze literally as he swung, and it looked like a meatball that he just crushed.
Instead, he gets rung up there. 1 out. Here comes my color commentator, Whitney. Runner on second, 1 out. Wildcats need a run. That's not going to do it. Throw to first in time for out number 2. The Wildcats are 1 swing away from taking the lead. The Wildcats are 1 swing away from having their postseason end. And who else but Alan Hiker? He dribbles it. It's to Morgoon. The first in time. The Skulls Skulls are heading to the Super Series. They win the first 2 games. They choked the second 2. But in the end, the Skulls are inevitable, and they'll be facing the Retrievers next week to have the chance to win their first ever Super Series.
GG.
Oh my gosh. This game, these all of the games in this series after game 1 were incredible. Hats off to Aggie. He was his division's manager of the season, took this squad, won his division, faced down a tough Skulls team, down 2-0. To get it back to even go to game 5. Hats off to Aggie for getting there. But congratulations to Jay Watt as his squad is heading to the Super Series. Gabe Reddier comes in for the injured Bailey Curtis, and you gotta say the Bailey Curtis injury probably didn't affect it too much as Reddier came in well, Whitney. And what did you think about some of the performances of some of the players this game?
I mean, they should have trusted Reddier. I mean, he had a double there, and they didn't let him swing. They had runners on first and second. If he hits that double there, the Wildcats are up 5-4 or 5-3 going into that last frame. So it's one of those things, and you know, it's a hard luck loss for the Wildcats. The AI, for whatever reason, goes with Rin instead of Hal Oldman, and she gives up the game winner, and it's rough. But, you know, Wildcats had a great season, a lot better than I think most would have expected, and they have they have the best odds to get the top pick in the draft. They have their own pick. I think this team is going to be right back here probably next season. I think they have the ability to.
You want to talk about hard knocks? Becky Mess, 7.1 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and she gets the loss. Ahe Hugo gets the win for the Skulls. Your player of the game is going to be Gabe Reddier coming in for the injured Bailey Curtis. Carl Henry and Bruce Hot Mike will be your stars of the game. So real quickly before we go, I want to hear your thoughts on the now Super Series. We've got Retrievers, Skulls. Give me a storyline for the Retrievers. Give me a storyline for the Skulls.
I honestly think these two teams are fairly well matched. I think they're very similar teams when you get right down to it. A lot of good hitters early and middle through the lineup. Then the back of that lineup kind of can be hit or miss sometimes. Got great pitchers on both sides, 1 and 2 long relievers. I think this is a fairly mirrored Super Series. I think I lean slightly in the Skulls' favor. I think they just have a little bit more oomph on their side, but I think this will be a really interesting series to watch.
Well, that will do it for us today. Day 2 of conference finals. Retrievers sweep the Lumberjacks. Wildcats come back from 2-0 down to get a game 5 and fall just short. It'll be Skulls Retrievers, your Super Series next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Season 5 is looking to have a fantastic ending. I'm Fisak. I want to thank Whitney for being on the call with me today. It's been absolutely fantastic to have you here. But for everyone here from the official SSBL, thank you for watching. And until next time, I don't even know what to say. Bobby Jimbo, that's what I'm going to say. Good night, everybody.